Hi, I'm T. Rodney Davis, and in this video I will be discussing the issue of a second draw as it relates to the DV-2023 program. So let's go into the discussion. Now, most of you are aware of the issue of a second draw. That is, after the results are released in the month of May, more entrants are selected a number of months later. So this issue of a second draw, has it ever happened before? And the answer to that is yes. There have been occasions when a second draw has taken place, but you needed to be into diversity visa lottery to actually be aware of this reality. At first, I personally didn't believe in the second draw until I experienced it with entrants that I was working with at the time. So yes, a second draw happens, and it has happened in the past, although for a number of years now, we have not experienced a second draw. And is a second draw still possible in the diversity visa program today? Yes, as well. And that is why two things. The first thing concerns your result when you are not selected. It is said in your result that based on the information provided, it means the entry that is concerned, you have not been selected for further processing for the electronic diversity visa program at this time. At this time, meaning it is possible for that information to be entered at a later time, and the entrant finds that he or she has been selected. And that refers to the possibility of a second draw. And the second thing is that on the official website of the Bureau of Consular Affairs of the United States State Department, around the month of September, the question is usually asked DV entrants, have you checked your result recently? Now that question will not just be asked for no reason. It is also in the context of a second draw that that question is asked on the official website of the Bureau of Consular Affairs. Now, what prompts a second draw? There are two major speculations. The first one relates to the number of selectees. You know, every year the State Department selects anywhere between 80,000 and more than 140,000 entrants for further processing in the diversity visa program. So 80,000+ is generally regarded as a low number of selectees, and on the other hand, when you have in excess of 100,000, it is usually considered as a high number of selectees. And so there are those who believe that when the selection is low, that is around 80,000 entrants selected, that is when a second draw happens. That's the first speculation that people make. Others believe that between May, when the results are released, and October, when the program actually begins, the State Department considers the response of selectees as it relates to their application process. When the response of those who were selected in the month of May is not satisfactory from the point of view of the State Department, that is when a second draw happens. But those are all speculations, because the State Department has never come up to say on which occasions there is a second draw, although it has happened before. So is a second draw possible this year? Now, if we should consider both speculations, beginning with the first one that speaks about the response of those who were selected in the month of May. If we consider the possibility of a second draw from that respect, we can say that a second draw is unlikely, because the response so far by DV-2023 selectees is massive. Nearly everyone is rushing into submitting their DS-260. So that is a clear indication that the response is very high. And from that point of view, a second draw may not be likely. Now, the first speculation that has to do with the number of selectees. For the time being, the total number of selectees for the DV-2023 program has not yet been released. That number will be released in the visa bulletin in the month of July or August. And that is when we will get to know the total number of those who were selected for the DV-2023 program. And if the reason behind a second draw is the number of selectees, then in July or August, we will be able to make pronouncement regarding the possibility of a second draw. But as I said, both of these are speculations. The State Department may have their own mechanism that determines whether a second draw should take place. So my advice to DV 2023 entrants who were not selected during the initial selection process is to keep your confirmation. The second draw, if there should be, will take place sometime around September or October. So keep your confirmation until the month of November. If there is a second draw, you will definitely hear of it, and you can go about checking your result once again at that time. And in case there is no second draw, you have nothing to lose. But it's better to keep your confirmation just in case a second draw happens. That is my advice to those who have not been selected in the DV 2023 lottery. That is it for today's discussion. Thanks for watching the video. Now, if you have any questions relating to the issue discussed, leave them in the comment area below and I'm going to respond to them. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notification so that you will be informed whenever I post a video, because part of what I do is to go about updating my viewers regarding the diversity visa program. And I will see you, God willing, in the next video. Goodbye.